All right, welcome to Ring Takes episode 150. Yes, 150. We are here. I'm going to be talking about AEW Double or Nothing that took place this weekend, as well as Saturday night's main event a little bit, and then we're going to get into WWE Clash in Italy. But we're leading off with AEW Double or Nothing. It's a pretty good show.
One, two, oh my God, so close. He kicked out. He kicked out. He kicked.
And here we are, episode 150 here. I'm with Brian and Lewis. I'm Daniel of Ring Takes. 150. 150. We are here. And we're leading off the show a little different today. We're giving some love to the other wrestling promotion, AEW. AEW Double or Nothing took place in New York this weekend. Pretty good show overall from what I saw. Of course, Brian and Lewis, you guys watched the whole thing. I only got halfway through it. But from what I saw, I was pretty impressed by this show. We can lead off with Cope and Cage taking on FTR in an I Quit match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. What did you guys make of this match? Because Cope and Edge, if they lost, they wouldn't have been able to be a tag team. But luckily for them, they were able to pull it out. What did you guys make of this match?
That was a super opening. That was a tremendous way to start off the show. First off, let me just say that the crowd for this event was damn near perfect. They reacted to everything the right way. They were into every match on the card, even the couple of matches that maybe weren't so good. They were into everything, every piece of action. The crowd was into it, so they definitely made the event very watchable. But this first match had everything. You know, they had all the risky spots. They had the fire table spot with Stokely and Christian. The fact, all right, we gotta give a lot more love to Stokely Hathaway because the way he took that bump to go through the fire like that. Granted, Cash Wheeler went through with him, but he took the brunt of it. So we got to give Stokely a hell of a lot more credit. He's a tremendous manager. He's great on the great on the mic. But the fact that he was able to take that bump, we gotta give him credit. I don't know if you guys noticed this match to me. It kind of was booked and with a WWE formula to it, especially when you had Beth coming out at the very end, coming back from the tag team match months ago where FTR took her out. So it was almost like a WWE formulaic match. You had the tag teams going at it, then the managers getting involved from all the history of the feud and such. It was a great way to open the show, and obviously you got the satisfaction of having Cope and Christian winning the tag team titles. Obviously, them being in New York, mind you, which is also a tremendous thing. I think this event sold over 15,000 tickets, maybe more. But it definitely looked like a sellout. Like the crowd was tremendous. This opening match, it was a great way to kind of set the tone for the evening, so to say.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, even just going off of, I still call him Edge. I don't like Cope. Edge's theme, just the crowd singing along and just hyping it up because I was doing the same thing. I don't even know the damn words, but I still love that song.
Mhm.
Has Stokely always been a manager, or did he ever actually wrestle?
He's always been a
What I've
manager.
seen, yeah, in NXT and everything, he's always been presented as a manager. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember he was like the diamond, whatever.
The Diamond Mine.
Yeah, he was the manager for them. Yeah.
But I didn't know him prior to that. So, yeah, I mean, the stuff he's doing with FTR has been pretty good. I was getting a little stale of like FTR and just like their like heel show. So definitely the right call. Definitely great finisher, bringing out the spike, bat thing, whatever the hell it's called, paddle. Perfect.
Janice? From Abyss.
Whatever the hell it's called.
From Abyss.
I mean, it's really Janice, but he's calling it Spike. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match, very entertaining. It's crazy, like I think we were saying before, like it's crazy how old these guys are, but yet they know how to work so well. Like they don't show their age. They're not slowing down. They're still over here taking pile drivers and shit. And I'm like, kudos to you guys. And I might have to invest in one of those planking machines that they be selling so I can get abs and be jacked like them and keep going at that age.
Oh, what am I looking for? Hold on. I just have to look this up because I don't want to get the name wrong. Damn it. But I love this match. I thought it was a good opener. Great energy from the crowd, as you guys stated. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to find it. It's not the midnight. It's not the Midnight Express. Who are they? God damn it. Tag team.
That malicious.
Old tag team. They were still wrestling. God.
The Hardys?
Not the Hardys. No, God. The Hardys just.
Are you talking about the Rock and Roll Express then?
Rock and Roll Express. There we go. Not the Midnight Express. Rock and Roll Express. This is the vibes that I get from these guys, especially with their age and stuff like that. Even though they're up there, they're still able to go. You know what I mean? And just able to put it in, especially an Extreme Rules match, which is probably wrestlers say are the easiest ones to work in terms of being able not to just feel the mat all the time, stuff like that, whatever the case may be. But the attack on Christian's hand, I'm like, technically he shouldn't be able to use this hand. You know what I mean? Like they're putting it in the cinder block, they're hitting it with the chair, they're hitting it on the mat. I'm like, okay, whatever. But in terms of this match and these guys asking the psychology of the I quit and stuff like that, and Christian saying, hey, go fuck yourself, and all the stuff just played onto it, especially the character. Just the character that he's built up over the past couple of years in AEW, that was entertaining. I think FTR is one of the best tag teams workers, especially of the last decade. The work that they put in consistently, and especially to do it in AEW. I looked it up, and they're 3-time AEW tag champs, so they're up there with the Young Bucks and stuff like that. And you think about the ability to go to a different company and become a staple in another company. That's something that's very impressive after they were cast-offs from WWE and doing all the fart stuff. And it just made me think about the stuff in WWE. Whenever you see the bet, it's like, why couldn't they be used in a better capacity? But I'm glad they're in AEW.
Tag team wrestling in WWE.
Oh my God, that's the thing that sticks out for me for this, because it's like WWE has the players, they just don't know how to use them, or don't care to use them, or don't care to put them in the right position. At least AEW gives them room to actually wrestle and actually put together stories and put something around the tag team division. That's what these two guys did. It's been a great feud between the two. I don't know if this is the end. I've been seeing some reports and stuff like that with FTR or whatever's going on. They're saying that they might leave. I don't know. It was on What Culture, but I'm not sure. I didn't watch it. But
let me kibosh that right now. FTR is not going any fucking where. They are going to re-up with AEW.
I figured
probably
that.
sign even bigger contracts than the ones that they already
Get
signed.
so much money.
They're not going to go. They're not going to go backwards.
Yeah.
They're not going to go to a company that doesn't even value tag team wrestling after they let go of the New Day and the Motor City Machine Guns. Like no way in hell that they're going to move backwards. So I don't even know why those rumors even started. They're not going back to WWE. Stop it.
Okay, so that's a little dirt sheet action, but I just thought it was a great match between the two. Get it out the way early. But I thought it was a great match between these guys. Beth coming out was a nice touch with the history and stuff like that. Stokely coming out, punching, was it Edge or Chris? I can't remember. Christian with the watch.
Yeah.
It was
whatever. And he punched him with the watch and stuff like that, and him getting involved, and then that leading to Beth's interest coming back. And I wonder when they're going to let her wrestle. Like a match and stuff like that, because I think she can still go. She still looks great. But Edge and Christian picking up the win, bringing out Janice and stuff like that. I just think it's a good moment for Edge and Christian, because whenever when Christian was in AEW, then they brought in Edge, we were like, when are they going to put them together? When are they going to put them together? It didn't look like they were going to put them together and all this stuff. So it's a good full circle moment for them to actually get the tag team titles and stuff like that. So hopefully that continues. Hopefully they're able to put on some bangers for as long as they can. And face some new tag teams, you know what I mean? Because they kind of really just been facing FTR and stuff like that. So it'll be good to see them branch out and face some other tag teams and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with that. But good opener for the match. Let's get on to the AEW International Championship match. Takeshka versus Okada. A lot of fighting spirit in this one. Really enjoyed this match. But what did you guys think about this one and Takeshka finally getting his crowning moment in AEW?
Let
Go
me
ahead,
start
Lewis.
this one off, Brian. Match of the year. I don't care. I'm saying it right now. That was a
The
bang.
year.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm a huge
So far, yeah.
yeah. So far, I'm sorry. Skill wise, storytelling wise, I thought that match was amazing. I'm a huge Takeshita fan, and him and Okada pair up so well. They know how to play off each other. Obviously, you got the antics of the Don Callis family involved, but it didn't even matter. It was just it was an amazing. If you really wanted to see what AEW is about, these are the matches you have to watch and see these guys work, and just see what they're all about. And it's like the things they do, and you're like, how are these guys not breaking each other's necks and faces and eye sockets and all these things, because they know how to take care of each other, but put on classics. And I loved how it was the right call. Takesha's definitely been on a roll, and he's already captured a few titles, the TNT, also winning the New Japan heavyweight championship as well, and right now he's the TV champion. So it was only right that he would get this title. And this has been a long story going for a while now, like a couple months. Because
Yeah.
did they have a match? They didn't have a match at Revolution, did they, Brian?
Not,
Or was it like
no,
that
no,
tag
they didn't.
match or something where
They were in a tag match
That's what it
together
was.
against the Bucks.
Yeah,
But
that's
that
what it was.
That was it, though.
That's what it was. Yeah, so this feud with him and Okada has been brewing for a while. So, and I also want to point out how, because I also saw it online, people want to bash AEW because they don't know how to tell stories. I'm like, they clearly do, and they actually do long form storytelling. And even though sometimes it is a very long story, they still have a payoff to it, and it works. So it's like things that you might think are a problem. You're like, oh shit, it's still going on. Oh snap, they came back to that. So I thought this was definitely a great payoff, especially with Takeshita winning the title. I love the heel turn at the end with Kyle Fletcher. Kind of expected it for a sliver of a second. I didn't think it was going to happen because it literally genuinely looked like praise and friendship and all that stuff. And then, of course, he turned on him. But it's like, that's wrestling for you. So
That's the goal of friendship.
Exactly. Exactly. Bring it back. But yeah, I thought this match was amazing.
Yeah, so Daniel, this match was the reason why I implored you in the chat to watch this event. I know AEW is not your cup of tea, but after watching this match, I was just like, okay, he has to at least see this. If he's not going to watch the rest of the show, let him at least watch this match. Because they really, like echo Lewis's sentiments. It really, so far, it is the match of the year. Like Lewis also said, they've been telling this story for almost an entire year right now, and they've just been teasing it. The tension between both of them.
Yeah.
They pretty much pushed it as far and long as they could until we finally got this one-on-one match, and it was well worth the wait. The back and forth, the psychology between both of them, it was just damn near perfect. And Lewis, to kind of echo your sentiments about the criticism about AEW's storytelling, I think the problem is just that some fans are so used to the WWE's way of telling stories that when AEW doesn't do the same, they're confused by it, and they immediately say, "Okay, there's no storytelling."
Yeah.
Now, their storytelling is just that storytelling is told in a different format compared to what you're used to with WWE. But this match had it all. It is, in my opinion, the match of the year so far. And with the additional storytelling now of Takeshita essentially becoming a babyface and being kicked out of the Don Callis family, they're primed to run it back. And I hope that's the plan for All Out in August for them to go one-on-one again. If not that, him and Kyle Fletcher one-on-one, give me that any day of the week, because we've already seen that Kyle Fletcher is pretty much a young Will Ospreay in the making, where now his matches are must see. So this whole story with Takeshita and the Don Callis family, from an in-ring perspective moving forward, is going to be tremendous. So, and this match is a result of it.
Definitely, this was the pick of the night for me. From what I saw, Takeshka is the young bull. He's kind of that young torch from Japan and stuff like that, trying to establish himself. And I think it was a good passing of the torch from Okada to Takeshka, kind of giving him that stamp of approval, like, yeah, you're on your way. And I think AEW did that as well with giving him the win here. But I thought it was a great match, hard hitting match. Those guys going at it. It kind of reminded me. I'm trying to think, just a hard hitting match, This was definitely a highlight match for Takeshka. Just the way these guys went back and forth. Even Takeshka, even at the end, using the Rainmaker. I thought that was a nice touch, hitting, I forgot what his move is called, the running knee and stuff like that. But I thought it was a great setup. The match of them just going back and forth at it. It's just great wrestling. It's like, there's not much. You have to watch the match. This is one of the things where you have to watch the match and fully grasp the way they involved the fans, and the way the fans got behind Takeshka when he baby faced up and powered up and stuff like that. So it's just great wrestling, and definitely hard hitting affair between these two. Okada, I'm hoping after this gets into the main event picture. I think that's what everybody's kind of been waiting on, for him to kind of move up into main event territory. He's been carrying that international title and been fighting in all these tournaments and classics and stuff like that. It's like, okay, enough of that. And I think that's why they brought in Kyle Fletcher, to kind of fill the void of that. Like, hey, now Takeshka and Fletcher can go after it, while Okada potentially moves to the main event scene, which I'm hoping for. But this was a great match, top to bottom. Both of these guys put on the classic. I love Okada, the way he wrestles and stuff like that. I know people have been complaining about his kind of toning it down a little bit in AEW and stuff like that, but then every single every pay-per-view, sorry, it's not PL, every pay-per-view, he just delivers. I'm not going to make a gripe about that. That guy just puts on a showcase every fucking time. So
even just the way he does that, like when he goes to the top and just does the elbow drop, it's like he doesn't even jump. Yeah. He just falls. And I'm like, he's so smart, like how to wrestle. Like, that's how you do longevity. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because we're seeing a person with a lot of character. I wouldn't say Takeshka has a big ton of a character. He lets his wrestling and hard-hitting style do the talking for him. Where Okada's kind of like the veteran and stuff like that, and has a little bit more, a lot more charisma and stuff like that, and knows how to have the mannerisms in the ring and stuff like that. So definitely a contrast of style, contrast of personalities, but in the ring, they deliver, no question. I thought this was a great match between those two. Let's keep moving on to our first Owen Hart Cup quarterfinal match for the women. We had Athena taking on Mina Shirakawa, and a very nice matchup between these two. I thought it was a hard-hitting affair. Every single time I see Ember Moon, I'm like, I wish she was in WWE, and I wish they knew how to use her. Every single time, I'm like, I don't understand why they... I know there was injuries and stuff like that, but every single time I see her in the ring, I'm like, she's great in the ring. Even Mina Shirakawa, I think is pretty good, and I don't know what the trajectory for her is. I know she's been battling in ROH and stuff like that, and lost to Athena, I believe, at the was it Death Before Dishonor or whatever the case may be. But these two women just showing what women's wrestling is in a good tournament matchup between these two. Athena selling the knee throughout the match and stuff like that. They broke a LED board like very early in the match and stuff like that. So it was like, okay, I know Athena's this hard-hitting style of wrestler and stuff like that, but to see it like that, and this one was pretty awesome. But what did you guys think about the matchup between these two?
I mean, it was pretty straightforward to me. I'm not gonna lie. The match kind of took me out of the event a little bit after what Okada and Takeshka had just done. And when you really look tough. And the crazy thing about it is when you look at the totality of the event, that this match was actually the weakest match on the card with Athena and Mina, in my opinion. Everything else that came after and before it was like 10 times as better. I thought this was the equivalent of your cool down match after
yeah, that's what it was.
To kind of settle the crowd down, get them back into it. But for what it was pretty decent. I mean, we say the same things about Athena week after week. We hope and pray that Tony Khan finally comes to his senses and just has her perform on AEW Dynamite on the mainstream instead of being stuck in Ring of Honor. Even though at this point in time, if she does leave Ring of Honor will die as a brand, in my opinion, because she literally is the only reason to tune into Ring of Honor. But we talk about this stuff all the time, and I mean, it's been time for her to finally come up to on AEW, on Beyond Dynamite on a more consistent basis. I mean, the way the brackets for the women in the Owen Hart Cup look, I mean, it's either her or bust right now. I mean, they announced on Dynamite that the wild card is going to be announced on next week's show. Whoever that wild card is, I mean, Mercedes, Britt Baker, it has to be somebody of substance, because right now they were.
Who else is in the bracket? I know was it Chris Statlander and
I know, but Sky Blue versus Saray, Alex Windsor versus the wild card, and then Persephone versus Hazuki. I don't know who Hazuki is.
I like Persephone; she's pretty good. But
So I think Hazuki, she's from Stardom.
Yeah.
One of the two. Yeah.
But yeah, Persephone from CMLL, but she's now officially signed with AEW, I believe. Yeah. So I thought it was a pretty good matchup between the two. Lewis, we didn't get your thoughts. My bad. Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a lot of great back and forth. There were some hints of a little bit of sense, like, oh, could they actually go with Mina? But I didn't think at one point that they were actually going to do that, just because I think with the title run, the amazing title. I mean, it is a lengthy title run, but again, it's also the ROH title. But I know they're kind of propping Athena up as like this big champion. So like Brian said, I think she is kind of the main one who needs to win this, so that way she gets elevated and should just be on the AEW's women roster. And especially with we got Mercedes, Toni Storm, a lot of people out right now. Not a lot, but I mean, two of the biggest stars are out, and again, this is the time where it's time for them to step up and build new stars. So I think she could easily be one to stand out, and then when the Tonys and Mercedes come back, this is just great feuds waiting right there. So yeah.
My thing with her is that she's just been around for a while, and it's like, why haven't they tapped in? And I know they're trying to keep people on ROH, but it's like, that's why you need somebody in ROH. I believe Kara Hogan's down there, Queen and Amita. Like, there's a couple other people. It's like, you got to put the title on one of them. And I understand, Brian, you always mention it, that they're trying to get people to watch ROH, but at some point it's like, you gotta move her. Yeah, you gotta move her up at some point, like, and just entrust your whatever's in ROH. You can always bring her back at some point, but right now it's like, we want to see her and take on the main event people.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, there was a point in time where like moving her wouldn't have really impacted the Ring of Honor brand. But now that it's been a couple of years, it's just like, now if you take her away, now the brand is gonna suffer. Because I'll tell you guys right now, nobody gives a shit about Bandito as Ring of Honor champion.
I saw the highlights from him and Swerve.
No. I'm talking about in Ring of Honor. When Bandito was on Dynamite and Collision and having stories there, people care. But whenever he's doing Ring of Honor stuff, nobody really cares about those stories. I mean, they'll think, oh, it's Bandito who'll have a great match, but that's it. Nobody will care about anything else.
I'm not going to tune into ROH to go see him. I'm not going to go somewhere else to watch him. Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's keep moving on here to the AEW Continental Championship match between Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley, ending in submission. What did you guys make of this matchup here? I thought this was a great match, but what did you guys think?
People slept on this match a lot. I mean, I know some people online were saying that between this one and Mina and Athena, that there was two back-to-back bad matches. I don't think that was the case at all. This match was very good. It was a technically sound match. Yeah. Very technically sound. And I love the story that they told with Kyle O'Reilly being that guy that Moxley couldn't beat for a while. Yeah. I love how they kind of like tapped back into that, and now that kind of Moxley gets the win now to kind of put an end to that chapter. It would have been nice to see Kyle O'Reilly win. I know he just came back from an injury, and he's a tremendous technical wrestler. But going with Moxley was the best decision here. I mean, with this whole Death Rider story, with Will Ospreay being involved now moving forward, it's definitely gotten very interesting. But this was a very good technical match. I think a lot of people are sleeping on it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was really impressed with this match. I feel like I'm a huge Kyle O'Reilly fan, ever since his days in NXT, and I know he was in Ring of Honor back in the day as well. But he's a great technician in the ring. He uses a lot of martial arts, and he uses it well. He sold his injuries really great in the match. The whole leg injury and everything. There was a lot of great back and forth. There were some spots where you're like, oh snap, is he actually gonna get him to tap? But like Brian said, it made sense for Moxley to win just because he has a prominent storyline right now, and I don't think it would be smart to be having him lose, especially when he's trying to prop up Will Ospreay with whatever story this is going on. So I thought it was a great match. I was definitely tuned in. I know they have a more scrappier grappling type of wrestling match, but still great. And I still am amazed at how there have been times where I kind of get bored of Jon Moxley, but this was one of the times where I was like, this dude can go. Like his cardio is crazy. Like he knows how to work so well with whoever. Doesn't matter if it's somebody like a high flyer like Ospreay or ground and pound like O'Reilly. Like he knows how to work well with everybody. And I thought it was a great match.
Same here. Again, this is Moxley's. In terms of rejuvenating his character, revitalizing himself, this has been one of the best runs he's had in AEW, where it's kind of like it's not just running the mill and stuff like that. He's putting on great matches. It's not the stupid Death Riders thing where people are coming out with plastic Ziploc bags and zip ties, and it's not doing all that stuff where they're trying to kill somebody in the ring. Like there's actually a purpose to what they're doing and how they're doing it. And with him doing this and standing on his own and able to face Kyle O'Reilly, who's been probably underrated, especially I remember when they were part of the Undisputed Era in NXT and stuff like that. And I'm like, this guy's pretty damn good. Like this guy, him and Roderick Strong, and I'm like, these guys are pretty goddamn good in wrestling ability and being able to be just consistent and as good in the ring. Like I just think this is another good match between the two. I know there was some psychology there with the time limit draw there happened on Dynamite the week prior and stuff like that. So for them to play on that, to go past that time and stuff like that, and for Jon Moxley to get the win, I think it's a pretty good decision by AEW. They're building up him and Will Ospreay and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go forward with that. It's weird because Will Ospreay's he's in the Owen Hart tournament. So we'll talk about that. That's the next match basically. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty good match. Continue to build Moxley and stuff like that. But let's get into the next match since I brought up Will Ospreay. We got Will Ospreay defeating Samoa Joe in the quarterfinal for the Owen Hart Cup. What did you guys think about this match with Will Ospreay picking up the win? And Samoa Joe is just great. I know every single time we talk AEW, I always say this, but every single time I thought it was over in NXT. I thought it was over. I thought it was over.
Why do you bring us back to those start times, Dan? No, don't bring us back.
I mean, there were happy times in NXT when it was black and gold, but at the end, I every single time I see Joe, it's just night and day. I'm like, this AEW run has been tremendous. They even put the world title on him. Like he can go still and put on a good show. But what did you guys make of this matchup between these two and Will Ospreay picking up the win?
I thought this match was amazing. Like you just said, I love Samoa Joe. And it's crazy to think that last little run in NXT was what it was. And you're like, how? Like, look at everything he's done, and then we got that, and we're getting this. It's like you were younger then, and you're older now, and you're crazy. But Joe, for me, is always going to be a star, and that's why I think he's so reliable, and that's why they can just put the title on him when they need to. But yeah, the back and forth with him and Will, I thought was great. You know, obviously he's the high flyer, faster. You know, he's the brute brawler. You know, powerhouse. And Joe's just crisp, pristine in the ring, and he plays that even when he's not a heel, he's still like the anti-hero, and you still want to root for him. But
He's smug,
also,
cocky.
yeah, I will forever love the spot where somebody just cross bodies and he just walks away, and it's become such a thing. It's become such a thing over the years. I look forward to it now, and it's great because there's like highlight reels of him doing it to other people, and it's just hilarious. And he did it in this match too, which I thought was great. So again, I think just me being biased, I kind of wanted to win, but obviously I knew. I'm also a big Will Ospreay fan right now. Very curious to see where they're gonna go with this story. You know, is he going to do something outlandish and take someone out and actually hurt them? Who knows? Is he going to win this whole thing? Which it kind of looks like it, just to get him to Wembley so he gets that title shot.
He should.
Yeah.
He should.
Him and MJF would be the biggest thing to happen in Wembley for the title. So it all makes a lot of sense. But I think just selfishly, I kind of wanted Joe to win. But I thought it was a great match. Again, great spots, and his what is his when he hits the elbow? What is that called? Switchblade.
Hidden blade.
Hidden blade. Yeah, I think he uses that so well, and I thought it was great.
Yeah. To echo Lewis's sentiments, I mean, Will Ospreay really is Mr. 5-star. I mean, I've gotten to the point now where like I don't even care who the opponent is. If it's Will Ospreay it's in the ring, you know he's gonna deliver. And this is coming off a severe neck injury, and he's still going out there and putting out banger after banger. And then when you see who he's matched up with, an established veteran like Samoa Joe, who Lewis just gave a whole bunch of said a whole bunch of positive words about for everything that he's done throughout his career. I mean, you got the perfect ingredients for a tremendous match. That's exactly what this was. I mean, I love the finish. I love the fact that it took two hidden blades to kind of put Samoa Joe down at the very end. He does hit that move with precision every single time. And I really do hope, like Lewis said, that the direction is for him to challenge for the title at Wembley at Allin. It just makes more sense. I mean, the story is right there. I mean, him and MJF have history from the first Wembley event. They faced each other for the I forget which title it was, but they faced each other then. He got the career-ending injury. Now he's back and he's in the final. I mean, the story is right there.
Yeah.
This is literally Triple H coming back from a torn quad in 2002, winning the Rumble and then winning the title. I mean, or Stone Cold when he had his neck injury. And then won his third Rumble and went into WrestleMania and challenged for the title. I mean, this is a basic story with a basic formula. Just get Ospreay to Wembley. That should be the goal. Yeah.
That's definitely should be the goal. Yeah, I think it's the right choice. I know we're kind of jumping the gun and stuff like that, but I think it's right to have Will Ospreay win this thing and go to Wembley. It just makes sense. I know I've always talked about Will Ospreay. I'm like, if he ever came to WWE, was that the selling point where they're going to put a WrestleMania in London and stuff like that? And it's like, nope, AEW's doing it. AEW's doing it and doing it smartly, and they have the right roadmap to do it. And especially, I believe, Allin is in August, so that's at the end of the summer. So, great way, great time. People are traveling, people are vacationing and stuff like that. London's going to be crazy. Their crowds are always crazy. So that would be ideal for him to go to Wembley. So again, kudos to Samoa Joe. Always putting on a good work. Again, I'm surprised that he's still doing it. Doing it so well, doing it great. Putting on a good show. But Will Ospreay picking up the win. Let's get into our other Owen Hart quarterfinal match. We got Swerve Strickland picking up the win over Bandito. What did you guys make about this match? Of course, the highlight was Swerve hitting the standing house call, standing on the shoulders and stuff like that. That's the clip I've been seeing online. I'm like, that's crazy to have that trust in the middle of a match to do that. Like, that's crazy. But what did you guys think about that matchup?
Like I said, when Bandito's in Ring of Honor, nobody cares. But when he's outside of Ring of Honor and he has matches like this, then that's the value that he brings, because he's tremendous in ring. I mean, I'm getting to the point now where it's just like, yo, get him out of Ring of Honor too, and just have him be just exclusive to Dynamite and Collision, because he's so good, and he's stuck over there in Ring of Honor, and he's their world champion, trying to carry the brand, and people aren't as enamored. But then when he has matches like this with Swerve, I mean, it makes you question, like, damn, why don't they like him in Ring of Honor? Because this match was tremendous. I mean, I personally liked the finish where Bandito went for his finish, and then Swerve reversed it into the vertebreaker at the end, and then he hit the house call for the win. That was a tremendous way to finish this match. I mean, Swerve has already been proven himself as a top guy in AEW. There's nothing negative you can say about him, or further positive you can say about Swerve. Now he's a top guy there, and it looks like the direction is going to be him and Ospreay in the finals of this tournament, and I can already know that's going to be a banger. But this was another tremendous match. I mean, as we go through these matches, I mean, we keep saying either tremendous, great, perfect, like that's how great the good this card was. Like,
is this what happens when you enjoy a PLE? When there's actually some story, some great wrestling.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have stories, great wrestling, and no fucking ads. All right, yeah.
There we go. No ads.
Yeah, no fucking ads.
Also helps when you have a tournament.
But yeah, I thought the Swerve Bandito match, again, another amazing match. Swerve does some crazy stuff in the ring. Even that vertebreaker, that move is still crazy. I'm like, how do you hit this and not just like snap someone's neck? It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Chavo Guerrero used to do it.
Maybe he did.
He used to. He used to do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think Bandito's and again, he's one of those great luchador. He has a great character. I love the back and forth. I'm the most dangerous. Well, I'm the most wanted. Like, I thought it blended very well. And again, even for a match that was just in the tournament, there was build up and there was like the vignettes to it. Like, he's looking for him. They attacked each other, went back and forth, and then you got the payoff with the match. Like, it's very simple and it's done right. It's like, I don't get why these things aren't done so simply on the other side. But again, it's great to see, and a great payoff in the match, just because it was just so much great back and forth. Yeah, that when he got on his shoulders and he hit the freaking
house call,
like, Swerve hits that again. That's another move that he hits so clean, and you're like, how does do this type of shit? But great match. Swerve, again, top star. We know he's going far in this tournament. And, it's what Brian said. It's definitely going to be him and Ospreay. You have history. You have status. Like, that's easily your main, your finals right there.
Yep. It looks like it's pretty good. As whenever I see Bandito, he's impressive. You're always just hoping that they find some space for him, and it looks like he's doing a pretty good role in these matches where he's being called up and stuff like that, and he's gotten wins and stuff like that. But again, Swerve is just, I don't know, like in terms of improvement, in terms of, I didn't see this when he was in NXT and stuff like that. I thought he would be good, but this is different. Like, this is a different level of a wrestler and stuff like that. Like, he's hanging with the Ospreays, he's hanging with Hangman Page and putting on these crazy matches and doing these crazy things. He's moving as fast as luchadors. Like, he's so versatile in his wrestling, and to see it just continue and it looks like it's heading to yep, and it looks like it's heading to him and Ospreay. It's just like, it's gonna be a banger. Like, these two guys are gonna deliver. Just bringing up Lucha Underground, I think that there's going to be. I think I saw some rumblings of them coming back and stuff like that. So that's interesting. Which will be interesting because that was a time. It's so random,
That's
like a streak of lightning.
That's one thing I wish I could like, and I bet you I could. If I could go online and just watch all of that, I would want to. Like, I want to see what that was like because I've only seen clips and some matches here and there, but I want to see all that.
Nah, you can definitely
see that. Yeah, I definitely want to see that Chelsea Green and Penta match,
or the EO match.
It was weird because they were different. Like what they were different doing, if they had, I don't know, but they had something to capture the audience. They had a different style of like the GM role and stuff, like the president who ran the stuff down there and stuff like that. They were bringing in hitmen to take on the champion and stuff like that. Like they were doing a whole different type of feel, feel and style to wrestling and stuff like that. Io Sky was in there. They brought in the assassins from Japan, and she was one of them. Prince Puma, Ricochet was down there. Rey Mysterio, Vampiro was there for a minute. There was a lot of people down there. There was a lot of people down there, but Lucha Underground was definitely a time, and definitely impressive. We'll see what happens with them, but let's keep moving on here. We got Thekla defending the AEW Women's Champion, taking on Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander, and picking up the win in that match. What did you guys make of that big time match for the women?
All right, Daniel. Yeah, Daniel, just another correction. Yeah, it's Thekla. The H is silent. All right.
Yo, we need.
My bad. AEW Women's Champion.
That's the only reason why I remember.
AEW
skills to get every mispronunciation.
No, you don't. No, you don't. We don't need that.
I need it.
We don't need that, Lewis. We don't need that negativity.
I think the world wants it. I'm pretty sure they want it.
So it's Thekla.
Yeah, Thekla. Yes.
Thekla.
Yeah.
Just take out the H. Out the H. But okay, Thekla.
Who's literally carrying this whole entire division on her back right now. Honestly, without Tony, without Mercedes, without Britt Baker, we have Thekla, and pretty much that's it. I mean, this Fatal 4-Way was essentially this is the best of their division right now. Those four, right? Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander, who apparently they were in Philly tonight for Dynamite. They had a Philly street fight. I don't understand why. as far as the story goes, man. I guess you could take from this Fatal 4-Way because they were a tag team.
That's the reason why.
Yeah, they were a tag team coming into it, and they kept screwing each other. So now let's have a street fight as a result. Okay. But as far as this match goes, this was a very solid Fatal 4-Way. You definitely did see the best of all four women as to why like Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida were women's champions at one point in time. You definitely saw their positive qualities show, which reminded you of why they were world champion those years ago. I think Jamie Hayter is highly underrated. I think we're at a point now with her where it's like, okay, she was world champion, then she got injured and she was out for that year or so. But now that she's been back, she's been impressive with the tag team, with Alex Windsor, with all the other things that she's been doing. I think we're at a point now where it's like, okay, you can trust her again. You could try putting the title on her because again, she was still champion and then she got hurt and then the title was taken away from her. I think now we're at a point where you can trust her again to be a champion. But right now, as far as characters go, it's Thekla or bust as far as the women's division goes. I mean, she's been firing on all cylinders since her debut. Her presence, her aura, everything about her is just money right now. And when you look at the Owen Hart tournament, and then you look at everybody else in the division, right now, if you want to create a big match for Wembley Stadium, I don't see anybody in their division right now that could match up with her. That would give it that big fight feel that's currently on the roster right now. The only other people I can think of are either injured or are currently under contract and just not being used for every fucking reason. Like there's nobody else. There's nobody on that women's roster right now that where I can think like if I see them on that, put them on the headline with Thekla for a big show like this, for a big show like All In, that's gonna draw. It's gonna draw fans. I don't see that right now in this women's division. So I can only hope that moving forward, either this wild card that's announced next week is a game changer, or that Tony Khan calls Mercedes back. I have no clue what's gonna happen. But Thekla needs, but this was a great match, and Thekla really is carrying this division right now.
Has Mercedes won the Owen Hart Classic already?
Yeah, that was one of the belts that she was carrying around. Remember?
Damn, so I don't know. I guess how would it look for her to just come back and win it again? But I think you made a great point about Jamie Hayter. I think she looks great. I think she's somebody that has a lot of skill, even character-wise, I think is pretty good. You know, a little bit better than Chris Statlander. I mean, again,
we cannot keep killing Chris Statlander. She's trying, damn it. She's trying.
Hey, I'm praising her. Her in-ring ability is top-notch. She's great. There's just, I don't know. I mean, she has kind of gotten away from the little, space theme a little bit, which I think is good and is a step in the right direction. But it's just like there's just something a little bit more there. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And like she had some great promos when she lost the title, when she was covered in blood and all that stuff. And it's just like I don't know what it is that just isn't elevating her more. And it's like I don't know if it's like a moment or something, but it's like she's right there, and it's just not fitting in the puzzle. I don't know.
Heel turn.
But she's done that before, though. She has done a heel turn,
but she's got to do it against somebody that's
not her friend.
Yeah, it's got to be something different. It's got to be.
Because honestly, if Willow was back, I feel like that. Her going after the title, I think, would be like good. That's you're literally.
Isn't she hurt? Is she hurt?
Evil. No, yeah, I know she's injured, but
Willow was injured right now.
Yeah,
yes.
Willow.
God damn. Yeah. Where's Thunder Rosa?
I think we're past the Thunder Rosa train.
No. So Thunder Rosa, she was on Dynamite last week. She was in a 6-woman tag with a I forget who. I think she was teaming up with Hikaru Shida and Jamie Hayter, and they were taking on. I think they were taking on Athena and then Sky Blue and Julia Hart. So Thunder Rosa has been sparingly featured on AEW. Yeah. I think she's been. She's not doing Busted Open in sports radio. I think she's been in Ring of Honor with those women down there.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
But I think Thunder Rosa as champ, I think it's kind of set to.
Because I just remember her having that crazy match with Britt Baker. And having that cage match and stuff like that. I remember that, and I'm like, what happened? I know she had that injury and stuff like that, and there was kind of touch and go.
Injury. Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what happened to her? But yeah, hopefully she's making her way back into it. But yeah, Thekla seems to be the hot new thing. I still haven't seen enough of her. I got to check out more of her and give her her due, because it seems like she's doing great work. I felt from what I saw from her, I'm like, is this just a Toni Storm type of thing where she's just blatant and talking shit and stuff like that? But people are giving me the vibe that it's something a little different than that. Yeah. She has her own character to it. So I definitely got to check that out and see. I can watch that matchup. But I'll try to pick it up tomorrow and finish the pay-per-view and stuff like that. But people seem to like her a lot. People are talking about her, and she's keeping that women's division afloat. So there's that. Let's get into the Stadium Stampede match. We got Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate with the Elite taking on the Demand, the Don Callis family, and the Dogs. This match is always just a car crash. So what did you guys think about it?
Yo, I love the presentation at the beginning for both. I mean, you had Ricochet's group coming in on like big ass trucks and such, and then you had Jericho and his group kind of wearing suits and such. I mean, it was completely a different dynamic on both sides, and they had like promo videos, hyping everything up. You had Kenny Omega smoking a cigar and then choking on the cigar. And
Yeah, I saw that.
It was like Reservoir Dogs, basically.
yeah, it was like Reservoir Dogs. But I will say this much from a violence standpoint. This was definitely one of the lesser violent Stadium Stampede matches or seven man matches. I mean, there was no fire. There was no fire. There was no really even blood. There was no like thumbtacks. It wasn't anything compared to the crazy matches of the past. But I like that from the standpoint of, like, look, you guys can have a great hardcore match with all of the action, with all of the hard hitting action. You don't necessarily need buckets and buckets of blood to make it work. And these guys, nobody bladed. There wasn't anybody bleeding. They just had some great high spots, and just tremendous athleticism. The only critique I have of the match is, again, I brought this up last week. It being 7-on-7, and literally all these fights going on throughout the arena, that sometimes from a production standpoint you're not able to capture all of the action. Now at times they did have their production set up where, like, you had 4 screens going at once, or maybe a fifth screen showing the fight. But then that only lasted for such a certain amount of time. And obviously, because it's 7-on-7, if you were there live, the crowd kind of got taken out of it because there's not a lot of action in the ring. All the action is around you, and you literally have to look at the screen, the Titantron, to actually catch it, to actually make sure you're catching up with everything. But other than that, I love the ending where pretty much everybody went through a table at the end, where you had Jericho on the top rope, and the Bucks on the top rope, and Omega, and everybody did a move. Everybody did a move off the top rope, and I think Kenny Omega ended up doing the one-winged angel through a table. But this was a very good Stadium Stampede match. It showed that once again that you don't need buckets of blood and violent moments to have a great hardcore match. So I'm glad it showed. AEW kind of showed everyone that, we're known for that, but we can still give you guys something lesser than that and still have it be entertaining. So I was very happy in that regard for this match.
Sweet.
Yeah, for me, this match, I mean, just because I know it's all over the place and it's going to be chaos and it's going to be here and there. It was definitely more controlled this time around, which I thought was good. I feel like they kept the pacing pretty good, and a lot of it was going on around the ring, so things wasn't too crazy. But honestly, this kind of was the match that I was like, one, I knew was going to take a while, and two, I don't know. With this match, it's like, what stakes are there? It's like, what do you get winning it? So it's just like, what was the point? And I saw the setup for it, where Ricochet was just like, "Oh, Stadium Stampede," and it's just like, okay, well, what's the shot? Is this for something? Oh, like, you quit, whatever. There was no real stakes to it, so it didn't feel as important to me. But I mean,
we got the 8-person super kick in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like, what do you get if you win? And it's just like, of course, you have the stacked team with Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, the Hurt Business. I was like, I didn't think they were going to lose to everybody who was on the opposing side, with the Dogs and who else was it? The Demand and all those guys,
Yep.
So I didn't really see them winning that match either. So it was a little predictable, but there were some great spots. But again, this isn't always my favorite type of match. So
Fair enough. But we got the good guys getting the win there. Let's keep moving on. We have our AEW World Title match between Darby Allin and MJF, title versus hair. What did you guys make of this matchup with Darby Allin's AEW World Title win coming to an end?
It was a decision that needed to be made, the best decision that needed to be made, and you could tell by the way they were booking his title run that this match was going to be the end all be all. I mean, he literally defended the title week after week on both Dynamite and Collision, banger match after banger match, and literally it was pretty much like an open challenge every single week, because he wanted his title run. In his mind, if I'm gonna be champion, I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, and that's always been Darby Allin's mentality. So as far as this title run goes, congratulations to him. It was a great title run. If you saw any of those matches on Dynamite and Collision, those were some great matches, and very happy for Darby. But now everything has been restored with MJF being on top, because like I said, MJF needs to be on top. I'm always gonna, every time we talk AEW, I'm always gonna say that they need MJF. He's mandatory at this point. I mean, pay-per-views need to be booked, should be booked around MJF. Everything needs to be booked around MJF in AEW, and he shows it. I mean, before he was just a guy that was good on the mic and so on the ring. Now he's the guy that's tremendous on the mic, and his in-ring work is 10 times as great. He always puts on a great match. He's a tremendous character. This match was very good. It was very suitable to be a main event. Like Lewis said earlier, people talk about AEW not having any very good storytelling, but yet they told the story of Darby Allin breaking down from all these damn title matches. I think he had MJF in the Scorpion Deathlock, and he broke down again, similar to what he did on Dynamite with Mike Bailey. So the storytelling is there. Ultimately, MJF ended up coming out on top. Then we got the post-match angle with Kevin Knight turning heel on Darby Allin, which really some people are saying that like they've been building towards it. I'm a little interested with that, because I kind of want to see what a heel Kevin Knight looks like, because the way he's been presented, as a babyface from a mic skill standpoint. As far as I'm concerned, I've seen a lot better. He's not there yet, so I'm wondering if his mic skills aren't his strength, how is he going to come across as a heel if he has to give that message as a heel? Because apparently, I think he kicked off Dynamite. I didn't see the opening promo, so I'm definitely going to watch that back tomorrow to see. But it was a great main event match. Thank the good Lord that MJF is back on top. And as a whole, I'm gonna just say this: this Double or Nothing is the best show of the year so far. It completely massacred WrestleMania both nights. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says.
No, MJF should be bald. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, part of me knew. I don't know. This was a toss-up. Part of me knew that MJF wasn't gonna shave off his head, but at the same time, I was like, "This is also AEW," and I feel like they would also commit to that. I thought it was a great back and forth. Darby showed a lot of heart. Anybody who says that MJF can't wrestle does not know wrestling, because that man is super technical, super smart in the ring. He knows how to maneuver. He knows how to do everything, and it plays into his character so well, where he talks about, he's like, why would I wrestle every night? Why would I put my body through all that pain? He's like, I want to be champion as long as I can. So it's like, then you got the opposite in Darby, who's like, I'm going to challenge everyone at any time and whoever, and I don't care, and I'm going to give everybody a shot who deserves it, So definitely two polar opposites. Great match, a lot of back and forth. And yeah, like the storytelling of him, like his body just basically can't keep up anymore. And the fact that MJF hits a damn pile driver off the second rope, I think is madness. But again, great match, great spots. Definitely I legit spent this last week trying to catch up on all the Dynamites before Double or Nothing, and they were more entertaining than everything I've seen in WWE the last 2 months, and I was like, this is how you probably do week to week. I'm not watching Collision and all that stuff, but I'm still watching Dynamite, and I'm like, this is actually keeping me entertained, and for a main event, it worked out very well. I'm a huge MJF fan. I'm happy that he has the title back, but I did like what they did with Darby, and part of me kind of wishes he got a little bit longer of a title reign. I think it was a little too quick, but again, also the story they're telling with him just working his ass off, it just makes sense.
I think it's good that MJF has the title again. It's always better when he has it. Not just because he says it, it's just because the company runs better. It has a direction, it looks like. And something to shoot for with so many challengers and stuff like that. There's different directions that you can go into. Obviously, him and Will Ospreay and Wembley would be nice. As for Darby, I think it was just good to see a person that we didn't expect to win the title. You're not going to
Yeah,
get too many of those
yeah,
in this day and age and stuff like that, where you have a guy that's a complete underdog to that degree,
yeah.
and end up coming on top. And especially as a person who has been, was he one of the pillars of AEW
Yeah,
to
he was in
finally
both of them.
overcome and get that story and get that moment? At least it happened. And I think that's something that, as a person who has watched wrestling for a long time and has always rooted for the underdog, the baby face, the guy that's willing to do anything and stuff like that. So, and a guy for Darby to come from where he came from and stuff like that, from the indie scene and stuff like that, and being different and especially as being a WWE fan and stuff like that, as a guy that they wouldn't touch, right? Like they wouldn't sign a guy like Darby Allin to them and stuff like that at that time. Um, and to see him grind his way to the top of AEW, perfect. And if it ended this way, it ended that way. Um, but yeah, I just think it's good for him to get that exposure and be put in that main event scene. At least they did it. And it wasn't done in a way that was just crappy or anything like that, or just out of nowhere. Like they actually built him up to that moment. So for him to get that, awesome. For the run to come up to the way it did, yeah. I mean, you got a better draw, in my opinion, with MJF. So um, we'll see what happens going forward for Darby. He's awfully going off with Kevin Knight and stuff like that. So going to be interesting to see how he can help Kevin Knight get over and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
see what crazy stuff they do, because Darby's going to do some crazy shit against him. But that will do it for our AEW Double or Nothing review. I still got to finish it up, so I'm about halfway through. From the looks of it, from what I've seen, I enjoyed it. It's something that I can just watch, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching the rest of it. From you guys and from fans' perspectives, this was one of the better matches, the better cards of the year for wrestling. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to finishing it and following up. We'll see what happens with AEW. I believe they have, I forgot what the next paper, Forbidden Door coming up. So that's where we're going to see the finals of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. So, and both men's and women. So we'll see what happens with that. But good showing from AEW. Let's move on to the WWE side of things. We had Saturday night's main event this past weekend. Pretty cut and dry. I'm not going to spend too much longer on this one. I was surprised that Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Michin got the win. I was impressed by Michin. I was finally happy that they actually gave her some run to see her
Great
like
opening.
and to see her get some run out there. B-Fab was okay. She didn't shit the bed or anything like that. So, and I thought it was a great way to end the match. Jade picking up the win. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte trying to figure out their front of me type thing, and we're seeing what direction they're going. But I was surprised that they actually gave Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab the win. Uh, uh, Let me see. I'm just gonna run through the card. Sol Ruka defeated Becky Lynch by disqualification. We didn't need this match on the card. I'm sorry, we didn't need this. I would have rather had a backstage segment of them just poking fun at each other or just talking shit to each other and then setting up the match. We didn't need this. We didn't need this. And now there's possible reports of Sol Ruka being hurt
Yeah.
off of this, and it's like, this is the worst thing that can happen.
Kills all the momentum.
Don't need. I hope that she's okay, but yeah, we don't need Becky Lynch doing all. We didn't need this match on the card. It definitely didn't need to happen. We got Penta defeating Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page had a good showing in that match up there with Penta.
Match of the night.
But we knew Penta was going to win. I thought it was a good way to just keep establishing Penta as this star rising to the top. Paige and Brie Bella defeated the Irresistible Forces.
Next match.
I think we talked last week how I feel about this. I hate this. I think it's stupid. There's no reason why Nia Jax and Lash Legend shouldn't just be running through everybody. I don't care. This is stupid. We had the Vision defeating the Street Profits. The Street Profits ranking return to primetime television. Unfortunately, picking up the loss there. I thought they looked great. I love the Street Profits. Montez Ford looks great. Unfortunately, Logan Paul got hurt, which is just another nail into the Vision and their trajectory. Um, it's wild that something keeps happening. Literally everybody keeps getting hurt. And it's just at this point, it's like, is Austin Theory going to get hurt? He did some great things on Raw. I thought he looked great on Raw for the first time in a while. But yeah, it's looking grim. It's looking grim. But we got a pay-per-view this Sunday. Is it Sunday or Saturday?
Italia.
Sunday.
PLE.
Actually Sunday. Actually
Sunday?
Sunday. Clash in Italy taking place this weekend. We got 5 matches on the card. AEW had 12 matches on their card. WWE continuing to do these short cards overseas. We'll see how it goes, but let's start with our first matchup here. We got Oba Femi taking on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar returning from retirement. the ruse that got us on there. Basically coming back last week during Oba Femi's Open Challenge and taking him out. Setting up this quick match. This is a match that didn't need a story. We have the WrestleMania match between these two where Oba Femi picked up the win. Who do you guys have in this matchup here between Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi?
Much as I think it's going to be Brock. Brock's going to do some underhanded tactic to win. He's not going to win clean. I think we want to discuss this a little far back with like Oba winning now, then Brock, and then him winning again. So I'm sure this will lead to another type of meetup between these two guys.
Thoughts, Brian?
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna go with Oba Femi. Just from the thinking that. Just from the thinking that I truly do feel that if we want to establish him as a dominant force moving forward, I feel like he should sweep Brock and beat Brock 3 times. Nobody has ever said I beat Brock Lesnar 3 times and retired him. I think that title should go to Oba Femi in that standpoint, because then you'll really create a mega star. Like I said, because nobody will have that on their resume to say they beat Brock Lesnar 3 times in a row. So I think for that would help Oba more than having having them split the first 2 matches and having the third match. I know Brock Lesnar would definitely be down for something like that, because I think at this point he really doesn't care. He's getting paid. Yeah. So I'm going Oba.
Nobody's asking for contract reconstruction on him. Restructure for Brock Lesnar. I gotta go Brock, and I think this is WWE's way of not playing up an undefeated streak for a wrestler. There with Oba Femi and stuff like that. I think Oba Femi can. I think they look at the crowd reaction, they look at the feedback he's getting, and they don't think that a loss is going to stop that. I think they're going to think, especially if Brock wins by cheating or a low blow or something like that, or Omos comes out and helps him.
No.
Why would he help him? Why you keep bringing this?
Yeah, why?
Nobody cares about Omos, man. I'm sorry.
Oh man, a little hostile here. Hostile environment for my 2 co-hosts.
Keep saying his name. Huh?
Oh yeah, just had to put it out there. But yeah, I think WWE might be thinking, oh, but so over, a loss isn't going to hurt him at this point in time. It's just going to derail him. It actually gives him his first story to go up against a legend like Brock Lesnar and stuff like that. So definitely going to be interesting who they're going to go with in this match. But I'm going Brock. Brian going with Oba Femi and Lewis going with Brock. Let's keep moving on. We got the Women's Intercontinental title match, a rematch from last week. Well, last weekend's Saturday night main event. We got Becky Lynch versus Ruka. Pending injury here. Hopefully there's no injury. But I'm pretty safe to say that we're all probably going to go Becky Lynch. I don't understand why they haven't pulled Ruka from this match. I know they're kind of similar. They're probably thinking similar to Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill when Jade won the title, where they still had the match when they didn't really need to have the match. So, safe to say we're all going Becky.
Or they could literally wait. They could wait till the day of the show and then just announce that she's not cleared, so it's going to be an open challenge, or they could do something surprising. But I want to talk about this for a second. Daniel, this is all your fucking fault. Everything that's going wrong with Ruka right now is your fault for pointing out her move in the first place. Ever since you pointed that shit out, I don't think she's hit the move clean on WWE TV. And if you watch Saturday night's main event, oh my God. Whatever they were planning on doing with that spot where she accidentally hits the referee with the move, that was a massive fail. Now we're at a stage now where it's concerning. Now we're getting to a point right now where it's like, now I think people are starting to beg her to do a different move now because it's looked bad. To botch it twice within the same month, because now people notice. Now, like myself, remember how I said last week how now every time I see a match of hers now I'm just hoping and praying that she just hits the move now. Now everybody feels that way now. Now everybody, based on what I saw on social media, now the concern is, okay, can she even hit this move on the main roster? What's going on? What's the difference between now and NXT that's keeping her from hitting this move? So it's a narrative now, and I can only hope that either she goes into her bag and comes up with something different, or somehow she gets over these coming to the roster jitters and finally starts hitting the move consistently. Because now it's a thing.
Case of the yips.
Yeah.
What's Dan putting curses on people and
it's a thing
is not supporting what he should be.
What do they call? What do I always say? I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan here on the show. I'm Bobby. I see things before they happen.
Juju, that's what it is.
I see things before they happen. That's all I'm saying.
But the fact that that's a thing now, it's a concerning thing amongst the fans now. Well, now they're going to be watching to see if she hits it. It's like, damn.
First of all, the move to me is too difficult. That's for her to pull off and continue to do that, longevity, whatever the case may be. It's just not. She should pull it out once in a while, or for a big moment and stuff like that, or like she's clearly showing that something's off, or there's a disconnect. I don't know if the way the ring is set up, because I know that's a big thing where you can mistime your steps and stuff like that. Even when she does the flip off the ring, she did the clothesline to Becky. Like even that was fast. Like that didn't look right. Like there's a lot of stuff where it's just like, okay, too much too soon. And it's funny because this match that she had with Bailey at the before the end of the year, Saturday night's main event, we didn't see this. And I think that was a bigger venue, bigger event. Like something's off here with Ruka right now. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a case of the yips. It's weird because Saturday night's main event against Bailey to me was a bigger matchup and a bigger thing with John Cena there and all the stuff in Washington, D.C. Yeah. So it's like, what happened between that time and now where it's just discombobulated and nothing's working? Like
someone is setting her up and making the turnbuckle slippery and it's just fucking her up. That's all. What if
it's Jessica Carr actually helping Becky Lynch?
Probably putting makeup on the turnbuckle and making her slip.
She put grease on the ropes.
But as you guys were talking about the move, you know what move I think she should probably do and probably would be very simple and could like just be her. I feel like she could easily, just because it's kind of like a Jeff Hardy, just use the Swanton.
Swanton, a 450 splash or something like that.
Yeah, that might be a little risky. But yeah, so I think a Swanton would be great.
Front flip leg drop.
Front flip leg, jeez.
The Houston hangover.
Definitely want her.
Yeah, that's Booker T. I remember that.
The Houston hangover.
Yeah, but
it's just that. I'm sorry, that phone snatcher.
The thing is, it was so good in NXT, and I think that's what kind of made her. And I think the hope was that it would just translate easy to the main roster. And after that first botch, that's where everybody's like, oh, and now we got another one. Oh, here we go. And it's like, and now with potential injury and all this stuff, it's just like, oh man, like.
You want to know what it is? It's very, to me, it's like, should she have been paired up with Becky Lynch? That's my first thing in my head.
I don't think their characters work with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and
as
then
opponents,
I'm thinking about
yes, but
yeah. But as styles, match styles, and I just don't see it. And then I'm thinking on the other side of it, this is very LA Knight-ish with the corner turnbuckle thing. Like,
yeah, the step up thing. Yeah,
it's getting bad, and it's not like they're giving her time. Like, okay, it's been 3 weeks or it's been a month or something. It's every week something's going on, and that's the thing where they either got to correct it or figure it out or figure out a way to protect her from overthinking or doing it too much. I know they practice and stuff like that, but it's like they got to figure out a way to protect her because we can't having. I don't even know how old Ruka is, but she's got to be early 20s and
Very
stuff
young,
like that.
yeah.
So it's like you got to protect her. I don't want to say her name. What's the shiniest wizard?
Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox. I do not want that to be Ruka. I don't want that to happen. And no shame on Tegan Knox or anything like that. But I just don't want this. I just don't want these to be I don't want this to be leg injuries going forward for WWE. We had that in NXT for quite a time with the ACLs and stuff. Please, let's nip this in the bud, please. I do not want this to happen to Ruka. But let's keep it. I think we're all going Becky Lynch, so that's fair. We got the WWE Undisputed Women's title. Rhea Ripley taking on Jade Cargill. Who do you guys have in this one?
Come on, Rhea. Rhea's not losing that title. She hasn't even defended it yet. There's no
her or Liv Morgan have not defended their title since WrestleMania.
I find that mind-boggling.
Yeah. This is another one where it's just like it has to be Rhea. Let's just move on to the next match.
Yeah, I think it's Rhea Ripley, and I think Io Sky comes out and helps her return. So I think that's what they're gonna do and have that angle.
Or her,
or Charlotte or Alexa or some capacity and stuff like that. We'll see. But yeah, we're going Rhea Ripley. Okay, for the WWE title, we got Cody Rhodes taking on Gunther in an overseas matchup between these two. Who do you guys have in this one now?
Gunther!
So this match is actually going to be on ESPN. So
it's the opener?
Yes, this is going to be the opener. Yep, they announced.
It's Tribal Combat.
This is going to be the opener. I mean, Daniel. Let's be honest. This match really doesn't have that big fight, that big story that's attached to it lately. I mean, literally, what's the story?
Whoa! Now we need a story. We just praised AEW for just putting stuff together. Now all of a sudden we need a story.
If we're comparing, I'm just saying, if we're comparing world title matches as to why this one's opening and the other one is closing, then yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So this is pretty much gonna be Cody coming out. I think I got Cody coming out on top. They're gonna have a hell of a match. You know, Gunther. I mean, you saw what Gunther did at WrestleMania and essentially saving Night 1 with the performance he had with Seth Rollins. So you know he's gonna put forth the same effort against Cody Rhodes. It's going to be on ESPN, like I said, so that added motivation from both men to have a great banger of a match. But I think Cody's going to come out on top. I don't think
really.
I think we're going to go through another stage where the title is not in jeopardy again until we get Cody and Randy again. Whenever Randy Orton comes back. I just feel that we're trending in that direction.
You did mention Randy Orton.
Everything on SmackDown has been either from crap to safe.
Because I can see
everything is just safe. There's nothing about this feud. There's no spark. It's just there. It's safe.
Yeah. I mean, this is the only thing that's thinking me Gunther because it's like then you wasted the Paul Heyman favor.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what was the point of that then? Like, why did we even do that? Like, you could have just easily went to SmackDown and asked for a title match the way things are going there. You didn't need the favor. You didn't need that. So I was like, I don't know. But, damn, now that you mentioned Randy Orton.
Really? Nah.
Because I know Randy Orton's kind of like on a part-time schedule. But if you're going to have Cody drop the title, it should be Randy. They should finish that story. That's the only thing I'm thinking. I would love for Gunther to win it because it would give Cody a different shakeup, but it is too close after WrestleMania, and we still have no resolution of the Randy Cody.
But if Gunther beats him, then we can get heel Cody, and then we can get heel Cody Summer.
Cody's not turning heel.
Yes, he will.
Anytime soon.
Until Sami Zayn wins the time. I told you guys this. I told you guys this.
He needs.
Told you guys.
And plus, you just mentioned Sami Zayn. They got a little story now going on SmackDown right now. I just feel as though they're gonna have a one-on-one match for the world title. I feel like Sami, along these lines, is gonna get another shot.
Conspiracy Sami?
No.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen. I think Sami's gonna get a matchup at some point, or he's gonna make it a triple threat between him, Gunther, and Cody until Randy comes back or something like that. So, so you're going Gunther, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gunther.
Okay, sticking with your guns there. Me and Brian going Cody. Lewis going Gunther. Now we have our tribal combat. We had the contract signing on Raw this week. I think this is along the lines if Jacob loses, he falls in line with the bloodline.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the way they were talking there. But who do you guys have in this? Who do you guys have in this one between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns?
I did a lot of thinking about this one. Probably more thinking than the average wrestling fan should be thinking about this. Looked at the reports about Roman not being around in June, to the segment that they had on Raw, where the stipulation of now falling in line if Jacob loses, and I just look at all of that and I just say, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think Jacob Fatu is gonna do it. I'm going Jacob. I think Jacob.
Really?
I'm right here on this show and predicted that Jacob Fatu is going to beat Roman Reigns. Yes, I'm going Jacob. I just feel as though the whole falling in line thing. I just feel as though that's just not Jacob's Jacob's character. Even though it is tribal combat and such, I just feel like the way the story has been going, that it just makes more sense to me for Jacob to be the one to come out on top. So I'm going Jacob.
God damn it, Brian. God. Why'd you do it? Why'd you do that? Why'd you go against the tribal chief? I'm picking Roman Reigns. I'm picking Roman Reigns. What the hell are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu is going to do it.
As much as I want Jacob to win, I know he's not. It's gonna be Roman. Roman's gonna win, and watch it be his cousins coming out to help, or whatever, or screw Jacob. So Roman's not losing that title. I'd like to see Jacob as championship, of course, but I don't think it's happening right now.
I mean, Jacob Fatu was WWE champion in the 2K showcase, I believe. My rise, I think. But
Wow, video game.
I think that's as close as he's getting at this point in time. I do, and again, with the reports of Roman not being around in June, that is a little scary. I will say that. But I think there's a way that they can. Why would they do that? I don't know why. I hope they reneged on that. But I'm going to go Roman. I don't think. This is one they should have spaced out, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Because I'm like, it's too quick back to back. I understand, again, Jacob's a good competitor and good person to put him against and stuff like that. And I've always thought in the back of my mind, will the Usos turn on Roman and stuff like that? Would they do that? But yeah, I got to go Roman. I'm going to stick with Roman. Stick with Roman. So for Brock versus Oba, Brian's going Oba. Me and Lewis are going Brock. We're going clean sweep for Becky Lynch. Clean sweep for Rhea Ripley. Me and Brian are going Cody Rhodes over Gunther. Lewis is picking Gunther with the upset. And then we got the upset with Brian picking Jacob and me and Lewis picking Roman Reigns. That'll be for Clash in Italy. We'll see what happens this past weekend and stuff. Well, this upcoming weekend and stuff like that. Heading into the event, we'll see if they add any more matches. But that will be it for this episode. We went over AEW. Very impressed with AEW. I got to finish up that pay-per-view probably tomorrow. And we'll be following up with that. And I might be a little intrigued by AEW depending how the rest of the show goes. But We'll see what happens with WWE with the Clash in Italy this weekend, and we'll pick it up next week, reviewing all that good stuff. As always, remember to kick out on 2. Remember to follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, at Ring Takes, and until next time.